Well, the victory on Saturday, it was a great victory. Anytime you can win a game, it's a tough conference and a lot of parity. So we were happy at the end. Plenty of room for improvement, and it's nice to know that our players feel the same way. And I believe we're going to have to improve because, as you said, Dave, we do have a quality opponent coming into Missoula this weekend. Well, you know, our D-line has put pressure on the quarterback numerous times this season, and the defensive backs played an exceptional game, and they actually, all four of them, felt they should have played better, so I really appreciate that. We had an interception called back and had a few things that would have even lessened that 56-ish yards, which, they wanted them to be under 40, so I thought that was a pretty neat goal. Now, Montana State does lead the conference in passing and total offense, so challenges will be up there on the Richter scale, no question about that, as far as the passing game goes. Yeah, NAU did have an excellent game plan, and in fact, I spoke with Coach Sowers for quite a while last night. You know, Coach Sowers still has a lot of Grizzly in him, so he was very forthcoming on the telephone, and however, he did tell me that Montana State was pretty banged up when they played them, and Jerome felt that their timing was impeccable as far as how things matched up that particular weekend. And sometimes you need some luck, and obviously they had more than luck because they really got after the Bobcats. So that was an impressive win by NAU, and yes, we're definitely studying that as well as some other games where the Bobcats were just awesome, off the charts in their production, both offense, defense, and their kicker is outstanding kicker. So they have a lot of weapons this year. I don't ever remember them having this many solid weapons. So it's a tribute to what they've done. We hope he gets off the bus in Butte and we can kidnap him or something. I don't know. That's really about all you can do, or maybe Drummond. We got some friends in Drummond, but realistically, you're going to have to find a way to slow him down. And again, Northern Arizona did go after him in multiple ways. And, so you try to look at that and copy some of those things. However, they've also counterattacked, I'm sure, and prepared for the things that went well for NAU. As a coach, you're going to look at those and say, well, hey, we're going to do this to counter that. So it's kind of back to ground zero as far as that goes. But he's going to have some tremendous plays. We just can't allow him to have too many of them because, again, he can put his foot in the ground and run the ball very well, as well as he can throw it. And our key is going to be to slow him down. Oh, I think it's huge. Again, having that many weapons in their arsenal to come at us. I think it's great to have it at home, and I think it's great to be hit hard in bad cold weather and hear the crowd get fired up about those types of things. I think that's going to be an advantage to us as far as that goes. I also talked to Coach Reed this morning about this game, and he says, well, the crowd's awesome, Robin, but it also plays a part. It also gets that visiting team fired up, and he goes, you're going to get their best shot just like you have all year, everybody that comes in here. So obviously the stadium's we play it into a positive for us, but I understand what Coach Reed was getting at, that people get fired up to come here too, to get yelled at and screamed at and all that stuff, because sometimes their level of play elevates. Well, I think buys can be very interesting. The coach for the Texans, who's a good friend with a couple of our assistants, does not like bye weeks at all, and he came out in the paper and said that a couple days ago, because he says he feels that everything's focused and then the timing's off because they're not going against a true opponent. So I don't know. I don't have the answer to that question. I don't know if anybody ever will. I think due to the game itself, I think it's heightened focus as much as having a bye or not having a bye. I was in this game as an assistant for 9 years and understood how much hatred there is in this game. I think that's the best term. I can't think of any other term to use. It's kind of like people bring paraphernalia to games and guns and knives, and we always say, well, gee whiz, in Montana they bring hunting rifles. And that's kind of the way it is. Everyone comes up and they got a gun rack in their truck, and it's a brawl of the wild. I believe in that comment, the name of the game. I really do. It's as physical as any game there'll be, any rival game there'll be this year, and I think it's that way every year. It's a physical football game. I mean, I think it'd be the highlight of their lives. You know, I sit here with all these guys, and you know, these are Montana guys, and really Hobbs he says he's from Washington, but it's pretty close to western Montana where he came from, and so, you know, I mean, it's pretty neat to sit here at this table with these 5 guys and think of you know, getting that win over the Cats and moving on with their lives, and you know, what a great memory. What a great memory, and that's, you know, like I said, it's going to be a challenge. There's no question, and like Chase said, you know, we have to do everything right, and you know, and be on our top game. I don't think we played our best game by any means, and I just hope and pray we can, you know, continue to keep playing through the rest of the fall. Well, you know, I've thought about that too as I'm studying, you know, their offense and their defense, and you know, at times the quarterback, you know, he does not look like a freshman at all. He looks like a junior or senior. He might make a couple mistakes early in the game, and he kind of saves his best for last. And you know, we've kind of been that same way. So I mean, it could end up being a fourth quarter game, and that's another reason why I think it's going to be fun to be at home. Well, they're quicker backs than what North Dakota, you know, brought at us. No question about that. The offensive line is more athletic, in all due respect to North Dakota's. So, you know, he's got their top running back has close to 1,000 yards right now, 980 or 960, somewhere in that area. So, he's proven it every single weekend. And thing is, they're more multiple than they've been. And so, you know, they can throw it to him out of the backfield or throw it to those 3 or 4 really good receivers they have. So, I think it's going to be, stopping the run game, but also playing an entire game on defense to be able to stop that offense. I think that the neat thing that we had, I really do, I think it was really nice to have a game going in because we wanted to sharpen things up, and we found out that we still need to sharpen some things up. You know, our tackling wasn't as good as it should have been against North Dakota, and now we have a week to prepare. And so we can find out what our weaknesses are and go after those things. And yeah, if we focus on those things, I think it's going to be an advantage going into the game. To me, it's, you know, it's preparing these guys that are up here and all their teammates the best we can do, myself and our staff, and just letting it all hang out and letting these guys go do what they do. And again, preparing us to go play our best football game, which I don't think, and the guys at this table don't think we've done yet.
Well, fortunately for me, I'm not from the state of Montana, and I'm not like Verlanic over here, and I don't have any ties to MSU. So my hatred level is topping the charts. You know, I don't have any friends over there. I don't know anyone on the team, and so I'm fired up about this game, and I mean, it's Cat Week, and I mean, it's so much more important to me because I don't know any of them, and I don't have any ties over there, and so I'm ready to roll. I mean, I think the key is their quarterback back there. I mean, he makes them tick. He's a good player. He's good on his feet. He's got a good arm, and he makes some big plays. So, like Coach Flu alluded to a little earlier, we got to contain him, and you know, he's going to have some big plays, and he's going to make plays because he's a good player. But you know, we got to move on. We got to take it one play at a time and work on stopping him. You know, each and every time the defense is out on the field, and you know, we're gonna try and get as many 3 and outs as we can, like every week. Get the ball to our offense and let them ring up the scoreboard. You know, I expect a flawless game from them. I mean, their preparation is going to be higher than any other week, I'm sure. And you know, I think that they're going to come in, they're going to be fresh, and they're going to come out, you know, playing fast and playing hard. And you know, like some of the guys said, the crowd's going to maybe play a factor for us, but it's going to play a factor for them too. I'm sure they're going to have a ton of fans that make the trip over here, and a lot of people cheering for them as well. So, the bye weeks, probably benefited them, and we're expecting nothing but the best from them.
It's just the competition. It gets higher. I don't know. I don't necessarily hate anybody over there. I hate the name Bozeman, but I think it's just it comes to play the past teams before us and whatnot. I think somebody mentioned in the paper, last year or the year before, Coach Houck had a video of some old players just talking about what it meant to them, and that was good to watch, just to know that it's not just about this game, it's about all the guys that played in this game, and that's what truly comes, and it's really a brawl between the Montana teams, which I mean is more than anything, but there's a lot of anger and a lot of I guess you'd call it bragging rights that come with the win. So it's obviously it's been there, but personally I'm not gonna sit there and dwell on this could be our last game. I'm gonna go out there and give it 100%. I know these guys beside me are gonna do the same thing. So I think we feel if we go out there and do what we can do, there should be no reason why we play in the next. It was good as a team to get clicking a little bit. We've had a little frustration, and we haven't played our best game. But to come out and we ran the ball pretty well. It was kind of it's good to get that accomplished and kind of give everybody spirits. And I think it was probably couldn't come at a better time. Last week, like I said, we ran well, and hopefully we can carry it onto this week and do the same thing. So,
obviously it's a big time game, and I'd be a liar if I wasn't say I'd be dying to be out there on the field for this one. But it's still another game, and I'll still be doing the same stuff on the sideline, same responsibilities and that sort of thing. Stepping into it last year, I'd been around the game for a few years. I'd watched the games from the sideline, but never really been in there, and it is truly a different speed and a different physicality in that game. So having experience in a physical, passionate game like that, I think it speaks volumes, and it'll really benefit Justin having played in that game last year. And being a young guy coming into a game like that, obviously he's played well all year, but like we all said, this is a different game, and it's a different level of play. Well, Chase showed up to practice one day, and he has a mustache. It's like, Chase, why don't you tell me about this? So I went home that next day and shaved mine. And then it was that next week we all huddled down in the locker room and got some Just for Men and went ahead and darkened these things up.
Yeah, we talked this week. I was home actually a couple weeks ago, and so we've been discussing how much our calves weigh and how good they look, more so than anything. But from what I'm understanding, there's a pretty big game this weekend, and so that'll enter into the conversation a little bit. Yeah, as far as an offensive front, we ran the ball well. We gave up some sacks, which we're not happy about. I mean, we can't have that. But just the improvement in the running game and the overall improvement of the overall play, I think, was nice, especially coming off a bye. You can build off that now, and hopefully it's a stepping stone, and hopefully now we can really kick it into high gear as we go into this week and hopefully weeks after that. Oh, well, of course, it's obviously kicked up a notch. I mean, it's a title fight. First few plays are more about who gets the first punch in and less about if you go the right direction or not. I mean, you want to install the fact that we're here and we've come to play, and it's physical, and there's so much on the line that you can't do anything but you've got to step up or you get beat down. Is kids or they know what it's about, and most teams that are not used to this rivalry, but these guys look forward to this. They want to come in front of all these people and beat us, and it's probably more of a motivating factor than it is anything else. To play in front of that many people and with what's at stake, I feel it really drives them.